Hello, today we're going to be assembling the Brisk Box Ultra Black. If you are in the middle of your build or you've done it before and you just want to skip to a section, I'll have timestamps over here. But if you are starting from the top, then just follow along. To get started, you want to make sure you have everything. The Brisk Box Ultra Black kit includes one pre-assembled fan panel and one bottom panel, 4 extruded plastic channels with pre-attached Velcro straps, one 12-volt wall plug, and then optional plastic mesh filter guards. You will also need 2 14x25 filters and 2 20x25 filters. CleanAirKits recommends the 1-inch 3M Filtrete filters. First, you'll want to take the plastic extruders and just undo the Velcro here. Make sure they're hanging loose for the next part. Why this is important is because you are going to be putting the filters in by sliding them in through the top. If you try to push them in through the side, you can end up jamming up the Velcro part here. When you are loosening them, make sure that you set them a little bit away from each other so that their Velcro straps don't actually connect to each other and you get a big tangled mess. After you've loosened all of your Velcro, then we can get to actually assembling this. Super important step when assembling the box, make sure all of the filters are pointed in the same direction. The arrows all going in towards each other so that the airflow can go in and then come out through the fans on top. Looking at the top of the plastic extruder, you'll see that there's a corner here. This is the slot where we're going to put the shorter of the 2 filter sizes. If you have the plastic mesh guard, it's good to start with it on the filter like this, just holding it to it. And then you can slide the filter with the mesh guard into the plastic extruder all at once. Again, make sure that you've checked that the arrow is pointing in, and we're going to slot this in like that. Moving on to the next side, checking the arrow again to make sure that the arrow is pointed inward, and we'll take this wider of the 2 filter types and we're going to slot that in alongside this one. Taking the next extruder, we will just slide this one right on. It helps a bit with the sliding if you can keep some constant pressure on the opposite side as you're sliding it down in. With each filter you get in place, it's good to just go back and touch up the other ones, make sure that they're still seated properly, put a little pressure on each side. If you're having a little trouble getting the mesh guard seated along with the filter, it's okay to just put a filter in and then just feed the mesh guard in through the top, just like you would with the filter. When you get to the end of pushing in the mesh guard, the hard plastic on the end here can catch the lip of the filter, so just make sure you're careful of that and you give yourself a little bit of room before proceeding. The wider of the mesh guards is a little bit more of a hassle to put in because it is transported rolled up. I tried both ways of putting in the curve from this side and this side. Neither of them seemed particularly easy. Perhaps before you assemble yours, maybe lay those out flat and try to get a little bit of that curve out of it. If ever the mesh guard doesn't seem to be seating properly, like it's sticking up on one end or another, or you push it down all the way and it's still bumped up on the top, just know that this hard plastic part on the top and bottom of the mesh guards is loose and free and can come off, so you might just need to push that back down onto the mesh guard. Now that you have all of the filters in place, just give it a little bit of pressure, make sure everything is squared up, and then we'll start by attaching the bottom first. You'll see these slots here. This is where the Velcro will go. So you take it and you pass it through the most inside first, and then pulling it and passing it back through the other slot, taking it down, and for now we'll just leave that loose. Do the same thing for all 4 corners. Once you have the bottom base plate attached, you'll go around and secure the Velcro to the other side so that you're ready to flip it over. And now we will be attaching the top panel. When doing so, make sure to check that it is flush along all sides. And before strapping in the Velcro, we're going to test to make sure that all of the fans are working. So you'll take your 12-volt wall plug, you'll plug it in, and all of the fans should turn on. You can then unplug, and then you'll be ready to strap in the top fan panel. Again, just like the bottom, we're going to pull the Velcro through the most inside slot first, out, and then back down through the outermost slot so that the Velcro lands on the outside of the box. And then proceed and do that for all 4 corners. And now we can take the top Velcro strap, pull it taut, the bottom Velcro strap, pull it taut, and we will link these up. Again, do that for all 4 corners. With all the Velcro tight, connected, and secured, do a final inspection to make sure that all of the filters are snug in the plastic extruders, that the mesh guards, if you purchase them, are also snug inside of the extruders, and then one final pass on all of the Velcro to make sure that it is tight. Then you can take it and test the fans one more time. And with that, your Brisk Box Ultra Black is assembled. The thing that's great about this air purifier is with the Velcro straps, you can disassemble it and then transport it and reassemble it fairly easily. Go ahead and look back through the video if there are any parts that you need repeated. I, again, have the timestamps at the beginning. Check out the comments, and if you need anything clarified, we will do our best to answer your questions. And have a good day, everybody. Bye.